Good morning, everyone. I am Julina Di Masumpad, and for today, I will be discussing with you the principles in teaching multi-grade classes. So, it can be said, a good multi-grade school is both efficient and effective when children in the school progress or move through the basic curriculum. So for children to learn effectively in modern grade environment, teachers need to be well trained, well resources, and yield positive attitudes to the multi-grade teaching. So, multi-grade school maximize an inquiry approach to learning as much as possible. So, link up classrooms or school learning to daily life. In this way, children will really learn how to learn. Furthermore, multi-grade teaching in many views represents a more demanding teaching situation and a special attention should be given to it. So, we have here the basic principles in teaching multi-grade classes and on how children learn and on how teachers teach effectively to respond to their children, to the needs of the children. So first we have child is unique. So no two children are alike. They may be similar in interest, needs, and characteristics, but still they are different in many ways, physically, socially, and even mentally. Yes, we have the similarities with regards to the interest, needs, and even characteristics. So we can easily conclude that we have similar interests, but we should also remember that we are unique in our own way, so that the child brings the uniqueness into each new experiences and takes an active role in the process of learning through their engagement in this activity. So in this case, class, the teachers must know and understand his or her students. So as future teachers, you need to understand first and know well your students so that you can be able to prepare an effective learning strategies that will respond to the individual needs of your children. So next one is children learn best from experience. So children learn from doing. So children in a multi-grade class, like other children, learn best from their first-hand and concrete experiences. So they do this by exploring their environment through the use of their senses. And what are those senses, class? So those are the sense of hearing, sense of touching, sense of seeing, sense of smelling, and sense of touching. So those are the sense that is used by the children to explore the environment. So as much as possible, learning through experience will allow the children to develop important skills. So by that, it develops the skills of the children such as language and communication with the adults and peers. So some children kasi learn not only for use of the use of exploring through in their environment, but also children learn through observing. Yes. And then through listening, through experimenting, and also asking questions. So sometimes the children who ask questions are learn. So they get the idea and then by that they learn something. Okay? So they develop their skills through learning or through asking questions. So being interested, motivated, and engaged in their learning is important for every student as it has a great contribution to their learnings. So children's hands-on learning experiences set the stage for a new discoveries. So next one is teachers can learn and do well from one another. So Children learn well and better when they are together. While it is true that there are things that adults need to teach the children, there are more things that they learn when they are in groups searching for answers to their questions. So yes, interaction is very important for the students in order for them to grow and to have a healthy child growth and development. So it is a major part of a healthy child growth and development is what I've mentioned. So this developed a more than a physical change. So it's a mental, cognitive, emotional growth, and as well as when children are able to spend time with others at their age, they can experience this healthy. So when they're expanding time, learning time with the it is certain of groups, so then this we can say that this at their age they can experience this healthy progression and growth. So well, when we learn together collectively, then we learn more. Yes, so we have collaboration, we get one another ideas, then we learn more, and also develop the ability to adapt more to each and every individual. So it is very important that the students will train on how to interact others and how to become socially. Yes, in order for them to develop, to adopt the others. So in order to adapt more to each and every individual needs. So next one is the role of the teachers in a classroom involves setting up and managing learning environment that is conducive to learning and teaching. So another important responsibility of the teacher is to develop learning environment So another important responsibility of the teacher is to develop a learning environment where students feel motivated to learn within the boundaries and expectations of a safe classroom. So as a teacher, it is important also for us um, to to become responsible enough in searching or developing a learning environment. So setting up where you can so everything involved in the teaching learning process makes up the learning environment. So it includes the curriculum, the instructional materials, the children, the teachers, and even the parents. So each aspects of community and management play an central role in creating a positive and safe learning, while it is the teacher's job to facilitate and model proactive and positive expectations. So it remains the responsibility of every learner in the classroom to care for and encourage one another. Only with everyone's operations and collaborations can be the learning environment flourish the way it should be. So that's the another responsibility of the teacher to develop a learning environment. Actually, it also includes the not only the teachers but includes also the curriculum, the instructional materials, the teacher and the parents as well, and as well as also the children or the learners. So next one is implementation of the school curriculum must take into consideration and varied abilities, levels, and interests of a particular group. So, learning competencies, budget of work, lesson plans provide a sense of direction for the teachers. The teacher has to adjust them to the needs and interests of the children and to their capabilities and learning styles too. So the age gender, physical, mental, emotional development, or the cultural background, interests, aspirations, and personal goals are some of the factors that should be considered. So when you are implementing school curriculum, you need to consider this things that I've mentioned. So teachers are the most crucial person in the implementations of the curriculum. So because he or she writes curriculum daily through a lesson plan or through a unit plan or even through a yearly plan. They are empowered to develop their own school curriculum. So taking into considerations their own expertise, the context of the school, and the abilities of the learner. So next one is the values of any educational program will be judged according to how well it is able to achieve the goals of the program, whether the children actually learn what they are expected to learn, and how well they have learned. So the way that the school and classroom is organized in order to achieve those goals makes a great difference effective class management. So creating a positive learning environment and physical setup all have their own important role in implementing. So organization of the classroom, this means that the way that teachers organize the classrooms. So the way they give the assessment to the assessment to achieve those goals is very necessary as it reflects the learnings of the students of the learnings of the students. And lastly, the advantage of being in a heterogeneous group like a multi-grade class is that children who have certain strengths and weaknesses can help rather than punish for the strengths and weaknesses built rather than wasted. So it means that being in a multi-grade class is also advantage as it allows students to learn from one another. So differences and provides a chance to interact with diverse individuals in a group that has a mixed ability. So those students that have the opportunity to follow the lead of their more capable peers, picking up things that they may not learn. So it can also help those students to boost the self-confidence as they can interact different children with a different age and characteristics. So those are the principles in teaching and multi-grade class. The each child is unique. Children learn best from experience. Children learn from doing, and the children can and do learn well from one another. And the role of the teacher in the classroom involves setting up and managing a learning environment that is conducive to a learning and implementation of the school curriculum must take into consideration the varied abilities, level, and interests of a particular group, learning competencies, budget of work, and the value of any educational program will be judged according to how well. And lastly, the advantage of being in a heterogeneous group like a multi-grade class is that children who have certain strengths and weaknesses can be helped rather than be punished for their weakness, and their strengths built on rather than waste. So that would be my report, and I hope you learned something, and thank you.